Alright. Headlines are good. And there we go. Oh, I'm sorry, it's CLG. Shit, it's not Dignitas. Good call, good call. Damn it, damn it. To fix that. I thought it was Dignitas for some reason. It is CLG. Let me fix this up. And they are Sweden. Update. I gotta add my starboard as well, which I will do now. Sorry, I'm gonna be a little slow on casting, but CLG, rating team is green, dire team is red, and they are PR. Update. Close. Oops, forgot to remove the icons. Put it like right, that looks appropriate size. Alright, I think I'm ready. So, just make sure everything is good. Alright guys, we are into the game. This is CLG versus PR for Star Series. CLG is starting off the picking. They are going to ban out a Tide as well as a Ricky, Nature's Prophet, and the Dire team going for a Lycan Invoker. Maybe a... who am I forgetting? Anti-Mage? Anti-Mage still in the pool. Let's see if he gets picked up though. If you guys don't know anything about CLG, you apparently have not been paying attention to the professional scene the last couple months, but CLG is one of the top teams at the moment. They have some very famous players there. They did lose earlier today, but Pycat, very, very talented, one of the best carries in Europe. Loda, very talented, old school player, and Aki as well, been around a while, and Miracle, very, very, very great support. One of the best supports in Europe, in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with this as well. So, Dire Team PR, they are from Belarus. They've been around for a decent amount of time, like a couple months as far as I'm aware. I don't know tons of their backstory, but they play some decent games. Definitely not one of the top, definitely not a tier A team or a tier 1 team, but not a bad team by any means. And they're going to first pick the Anti-Mage, and Pycat is surely going to play that hero because he is so good at farming. He is like ridiculously good at farming. Now, Windrunner is also going to get picked from the Dire team. That is going to be the first pick. Probably, no Tide. Windrunner Tide is like the go-to. Maybe we'll see a Darkseer, perhaps a Enchantress. Enchantress also a possibility. He's not banned out of the pool yet. So that is the major pushing heroes that still remain. Venomancer also a possibility. Also a very, very good... Oh yeah, I forgot to do a Facebook status. Sorry guys. I haven't done that all morning. Been too busy. I woke up, took a shower, immediately started casting, and then into this next game, and it's been quite busy, so let me do that really fast. CLG versus PR. There we go. Sorry about that. I hope you guys aren't too sad that you've been missing me streaming. But alright, mission accomplished. Back to the game. Okay, so first round bans. Alright, so Beastmaster was the second one that PR went for. Beastmaster able to catch heroes out of position. CLG responds with 2 pushing heroes. They'll pick up both the Venomancer and the Enchantress. And this is a little bit of an interesting situation. Both Beastmaster and Windrunner have really good counter push. Axes and Power Shot are great for that. Enchantress and Venomancer are both wonderful at pushing, of course. So, grabbing creeps, ganking behind towers. Venomancer wards also good, clearing creep waves, pushing towers, things like that. And as a whole, I think CLG's lineup right now looks pretty strong. The final pick from PR is going to be an Enigma, which is a pushing hero. Or at least partially pushing hero, of course. Good for ganking. Malefice is wonderful. Demonic Conversion, good for ganking. Sometimes it's a little iffy, but it can be quite useful. And obviously it's very good for pushing towers. But Enigma primarily a teamfight hero. Midnight Pulse as well as Black Hole are wonderful for those general teamfight situations. So, I don't know. I still think CLG's picks are pretty strong right now. We'll see what happens in the second round of the drafting stage. As far as the banning so far in the second round, we do have Leshrac as well as a Broodmother ban. So both teams a little bit scared about extra pushers coming their way. 1 ban for each. Other pushing heroes, let me think off the top of my head. Who else could be banned? We're going to see a disconnect from a random person on PR, no problem there. The picking will continue. I think the rating team might be looking for support. Probably not. No, they're not going to. They have a jungler plus a support already. They need solo laners more than anything. I think a Shadow Shaman is the likely ban here by PR, because CLG does get the first pick. Rasta would fit into their lineup pretty nicely. Only downside is that Rasta, or Shadow Shaman that is, does get killed pretty easily by Shackles, Roars, and occasionally Black Holes. Just before he gets his BKB, I mean, obviously Roar goes through BKB, Enigma Ulta goes through BKB, but generally pre-BKB Rastas have very, very low HP, so it's pretty easy to nuke them down generally. That's all. So, still waiting on that last pick. I think Shadow Shaman or Solo Hero is by far would be the go-to, but it may not be a Shadow Shaman, it may be someone else. We have been seeing a lot of weird heroes lately, which is fun. We saw Clinks in the last game, for God's sakes. Clinks and a Bane, support Bane, who didn't really do anything, to be honest. He kept getting killed sort of every team fight, and they are going to ban out the Shadow Shaman. So, no Shadow Shaman for CLG, they'll pick up a Darkseer immediately. Maybe they're saying, alright, if we get Shadow Shaman, we'll take him, if not, we'll take a Darkseer. And they go for Darkseer instead, so that will be one of their solo heroes, probably will be their solo top. Darkseer is a pretty strong solo. So, 2 more bans coming from each team. Dire team, I'm sorry, 2 more picks. What did I just say? I don't even know what I just said. Sorry about that. Brain not working. I'm trying to read chat occasionally, so sometimes it makes my brain not work, and you just stop reading chat while I cast. Otherwise, it just messes up my train of thought pretty hard. So, Dire team needs supports, guaranteed. Unless they use a Windrunner support, but preferably not. Windrunner generally a lot better of a solo, but that she can play support if she needs to. Haven't seen it in a while, actually. Quite a few games. So PR almost guaranteed. Probably going to do maybe a Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit's pretty good at ganking Anti-Mage. They have decent Anti-Mage counters in the fact that they had tons of stuns. Crystal Maiden also very good against Anti-Mage. Very good is arguable, but Frostbite is really good against Anti-Mage before he gets his Manta style, because you can entangle him, prevent him from blinking for up to 3 seconds if that skill is maxed out. Once he gets the Manta style, you can Frostbite him and he'll just Manta split. So they do pick up the Crystal Maiden. That's arguably the best support against against Anti-Mage. But if you look at PR's team lineup right now, they basically have to pick an entire lineup to counter this Anti-Mage. That's exactly what they're doing here. They say, okay, we're fighting against an Anti-Mage. We really don't want to have to deal with this. We just literally have to grab every hero that we have has to have a really solid disable, because we need to be able to kill Anti-Mage in early ganks. If they can't get the early ganks off, then things are going to be rough for them, because the Radiant team currently has decent team fight with the Darkseer plus the Venomancer, so that's definitely going to be a problem. And if they get more teamfight heroes, it's going to be even scarier for the Dire team. They're going to have to take an early advantage in terms of last hits. They're going to have to probably take a push advantage. And in a lot of the games that I've seen out of Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage oftentimes ends up just out-farming everybody, even if he gets a really fast Battle Fury. And PR isn't even a better team than CLG, so in some senses, that I think their strat is much harder to execute. It's much harder to shut down an Anti-Mage than it is to carry with him. So. One more pick for each team. Radiant team looking for a solo, so yeah, it's gonna be a Queen of Pain. So they're gonna pick up a Queen of Pain, going for ganking roles with that. They're gonna have 2 blinking heroes on their team plus Surge. It's gonna be a lot of mobility coming out of CLG, but Queen of Pain Anti-Mage ganking combo, maybe, might see it. Queen of Pain great against Windrunner in the mid game. Once she has her skills leveled up, all the spells go through Windrun, of course. Queen of Pain's base damage, not bad either. Good attack animation as well. And the final pick from PR, possibly another support hero. Maybe we'll see. I'm not really sure. They have kind of weird lanes. Actually, it could be another farmer, probably, because they'll probably jungle Enigma, I'm assuming. They're going to have to be very careful, though, because Enchant very likely to just be an aggressive jungle, I think. I think an Enchant aggressive jungle definitely shuts down an Enigma. He's got way less potential at level 1 and level 2 than Enchantress does. Once he gets around to like the 7th stage or so, Enigma definitely has a lot more options, but at the level 1 and level 2 stages, he's got to be really careful. Dire team, I'm sorry, a lot of chat asking about OD, thinking OD should be picked. It's possible, but he's pretty squishy, is the problem. They're actually going to go with a Lifestealer instead, so they're going for major physical damage. He will have magic immunity as well. I like this pick. I don't think it's bad. The downside is that Lifestealer killing an Anti-Mage is unlikely unless somebody else stuns him first, which could happen. Like we said, they have tons of other really great disables on their team. We've seen Lifestealers win some great games lately. but it's probably going to end up being a Crystal Maiden Lifestealer lane, possibly top. We'll see maybe Beastmaster or Windrunner mid with an Enigma jungle. They're really going to have to be careful with that Enchantress, though. Enchantress is going to do a lot of ganking. Since they don't have a tri-lane, it'll be less heroes. So, for example, if you had a tri-lane setup, like a melee plus 2 supports, it's way more scary to dive this, right? Because you have 3 heroes. If you're limited in the amount of heroes in each lane, then it's much easier to gank them. If it's just Beastmaster down here, Enchant can come from the back with Venomancer using a creep, dive the tower, kill whoever that is pretty easily, usually. Especially if it's like a strong solo on the bot lane. It'll probably be like Anti-Mage or something farming. He'll blink in and whatever. They kill a hero, they take a tower. That's the tough part. If Enchantress with the Veno and the general ganking is allowed to do this and take a tower advantage, the game is over. Because Anti-Mage is going to get so farmed that's not going to matter. Now, Anti-Mage doesn't do a ton of damage to Lifestealer, but the thing is that he can just ignore him. Since he has Blink, he doesn't have to worry about open wounds. Lifestealer is melee, so he can just walk away from him. So as a whole, I think Anti-Mage is going to be pretty safe. So if CLG can take a gold advantage in the early game, I'd be really surprised if the Dire team couldn't win this, because once Anti-Mage takes a gold advantage, and then if he has gold advantage plus a Battle Fury, it's just completely over, because he will out-farm the enemy team. Unless they gank the crap out of him or something. But that's takes a lot of coordination to do that, so I don't know if PR will be able to. So, reduce down the scroll once again. Alright, beautiful. So for CLG, Pycat can be playing Anti-Mage like typical. Loda is on the Queen of Pain. Aki on the Enchantress, Smogalig is on the Darkseer, and finally Miracle. The Beast support player is going to be playing Venomancer. For the Dire team, we have PR, Power Rangers is their team name. They are from Belarus. We have Illidan Strength playing Lifestealer. I assume that's Strength at least. We have ZXC playing the Beastmaster. We have Ranked playing the Enigma, and finally Phanius playing the Crystal Maiden. And the 5th player is going to be ASDL, and he is playing Windrunner. That's the hero we're missing on the Dire team. So those are lineups. Game will be started soon. And it's going to be an awesome time. Laning setup for CLG probably will be... I'm guessing Darkseer will be top, Queen of Pain mid, Anti-Mage Veno bottom with an Enchantress. They could also go aggressive. They could go Anti-Mage Veno top with aggressive Enchantress. This would allow Enchant and Venomancer better options to go shut down the Enigma. Downside then is that Anti-Mage won't be able to get as many last hits because then it'll be a Crystal Maiden Lifestealer guarding or laning against him, which doesn't mean that he's going to die. Oh, I forgot about scoreboard. Sorry about that, guys. Move that up now. There we go. Shout out to Belarus Internet. He disconnected. And Dire team laning setup. They could lane Beastmaster bottom. If they do that, he'll probably pick up an Axes at level 1. He'll end up running, sprinting pretty much at the start of the game, standing about here, and then axing this entire tree line, or at least most of it. If you do it really well, you can get pretty much all of these trees here. Usually miss this little clump at the bottom, but that's not a big deal. But if you clear out these trees, that'll give you vision of the jungle next to you while you're standing in a lane. That makes you a lot more safe, and you don't end up needing an Observer Ward then. So that's a cool little trick that you could do. A lot of Beastmasters have been doing that lately. We're going to have a disconnect from the Crystal Maiden now. He is also having trouble. So Beastmaster can be bottom. Might be Windrunner. Beastmaster is not as safe as a Windrunner is, but generally you want Windrunners to be more farm than a Beastmaster, I would argue. It's hard to say though. Mouse has been soloing Beastmaster mid a lot, and they've done some decent jobs with it. They still lost a couple games yesterday, or at least lost one game, but that was for the Gosu League. But either way, either option would work. I think the main thing they're going to have to worry about is wherever they lane, that's probably... Hopefully that's not where the Enchantress is. If the Enchantress is there with the Venomancer, they are going to be taking really fast towers. If they get the gank successfully off, that's a dead tower, pretty much. So. And Crystal Maiden is going to reconnect to the game. Still waiting on ASDL as well. We will see. Hopefully they start the game. I'm getting anxious now. I want this to start. I'm gonna open my windows again. I can hear my computer just barely. I'll be right back. And now you guys get to hear the birds and the airplanes and the cars and the everything. The outside sound. Looks like the dire team or the radiant team is impatient for some reason. No idea why. I love when people draw on the map like this. That was Miracle drawing. Sweet stuff. More drawing. Belarus internet. Why? Why? Why must you make us wait so long for an awesome game? There are faces being drawn on the map, and he has a shirt. This is a lot more mature than what we usually see on the map. He's got ears. It says hi. Hi all. It's Pycat saying hello to everybody. LOL. Vlad getting impatient as well, understandably. Been waiting a bit here. Looks like PR is asking for a remake. Having some disconnect or reconnect problems, I guess. Or I guess they're going to replace him. Alright. So it looks like we're going to be remaking, throwing ourselves into another lobby. It'll be an AP remake, and they're going to get a sub for him. And I'll just wait for the disconnects here, and then we will go. There we go. Alright. Backing out. Leave game. Remake will be up in a second. Okay. Remake incoming, stand incoming for PR. And we'll see who the stand-in ends up being. Not quite sure. I don't know if it'll be someone I recognize or not. If it was maybe a North American team, they tend to a lot of stand-ins are kind of standard, but I'm not sure about the Euro ones. Euro stand-ins are sometimes all over the place. Could just be someone that I don't know. So now we wait for the stand-in to show up. Everybody else is in the lobby. We'll be starting shortly. Sorry about the wait, guys. But unfortunately, this is what happens sometimes. It's got bad internet. So they're going to replace with JOTM Medved. I recognize the client tag, but I can't remember. And he showed up? Awesome. Nice and fast, so. Cool stuff, so. Good speed. Can't complain about that one. Alright, AP into the game.
Venomancer. Beast Windrunner at your...
Prepare for battle.
I don't know what that says. Alright, back into the game, guys. Aki gonna be playing Enchantress. Loda is on the Queen of Pain. Miracle's on the Venomancer. Smogolig playing Darkseer, and finally we have Pycat playing the Anti-Mage for the Dire team. It's going to be PR. They have Raint playing the Windrunner. Jota Medved is going to be playing the Enigma. We have ZXC playing the Beastmaster. Phanius is on the Crystal Maiden, and the last player for PR is going to be Illidan. Illidan Strength. Strength of Illidan. Something like that. Not really sure what he's going for. He does have a Quelling Blade. He does have Feast, so in some senses he doesn't need a ton of regen, but it's a little weird to have him with that picked up. Radiant team now doing a little bit of aggression in their bot jungle. It's like Medved as well as the Windrunner hanging out at the top of the ramp. Downside of the ramp is you can't actually see past it for some weird reason. You would think that you could stand here maybe and have vision down, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. Couple more pings in random places. They don't know where the enemy team is. There's an observer ward down. So they are going to go to the bot lane, Anti-Mage Veno, with Enchant jungling there. So that means they're going to probably try to take this tower pretty quickly. But is it going to be a... It might be a Windrunner Enigma lane. Look at all the items on this Enigma. Holy crap. Observer, sentries, and everything. Windrunner wants it, and he will actually grab it. Enchant wanted to steal that, but was not able to. He was thinking about going uphill, which I think would have been maybe meritable, but I think that's the smart decision. Just backs off. So it is going to be a dual lane. Very, very cool. I really like this out of PR. I think they are going to dual lane. I assume that... I don't know who's getting farm. I mean, they need a Soul Ring and they need a Windrunner but to get a Basilius, but I think this is very, very cool. With the Basilius up, this will give some armor to their creeps when they come through, so any ganks that happen, they're going to have 2 heroes instead of 1. This is kind of what I talked about before. If they have 2 heroes there instead of just 1, it's going to be so much easier. They also have the added benefit of being able to deny creeps using Demonic Conversion, and that means Anti-Mage is only going to get some of the farm. I wish she was actually harassing here. She's got a double damage, she should be hitting that Anti-Mage. And the double damage is now gone. I think that's a slight mistake. Could have done at least 100 damage to Pycat here. Mid lane is going to be a Queen of Pain as well as a Beastmaster. Beastmaster going heavy stats with some regen, but he will be able to get a pretty fast bottle as a result. Queen of Pain going double Mantle of Intelligence. Going to do a little bit of dagger harass here. It's going to give him some reduced movement speed and allow him to get some easy positioning on last hits and things like that. So good plays by him so far. Good miss one deny. Top lane getting ganked. Possibly it's Smogolig taking some damage. That wasn't open wounds as well as a Crystal Maiden and Frostbite. Yeah, she did pick up Frostbite first. Good call. Darkseer actually did not have Surge yet, but the reason that he did pick up the Frostbite is because Crystal Nova doesn't stop Darkseer from moving max movement speed with Surge, so she most likely will get a lot of levels of Frostbite early on here. More likely than not, I think. She might still go Frost Nova with some cause to worry about the mid game, but I don't know, we'll see. Aki back in the jungle. This is going to be a double pull from Miracle. Nicely done. What you can do is wait till this creep camp is about to die, eat this Tango out, and then grab the next camp and pull it down to the creep wave. So he's denied a full wave of EXP as a result. Windrunner looks like she is going to pick up the wards now, looking to do some counter warding. There are no Radiant Observer wards out there, except for this one, of course. I don't see any other on the map, though. And Enigma continue to be very, very careful, trying to get as many last hits as possible while he gets some solo EXP. So it is going to be a support Windrunner. Kind of a weird build, or kind of a weird playstyle, but I don't think it's a bad decision. We'll see the Tornado starting up. Here's some tornado damage to the Windrunner. This is going to help push the lane a little bit. There will be a Sentry Ward, and they are going to find the Obs, so it's a good pickup there. Not a whole lot that Anti-Mage can do about this one. Tornado will still do a little bit of damage to these heroes. God, early Tornado is so good. Look at the damage that's been done already to Windrunner. She's taken like 200 damage just from a freaking Tornado. And we might even see some pressure. We could possibly see Enigma go down it. Anti-Mage level 4 already was thinking about blinking in, but look at that. 180 HP. Tornado still chasing them back. Early Tornadoes are so good. In the mid lane, looks like Beastmaster taking a little bit of poison damage. Loda going for double dagger, 1 Scream of Pain. We'll see if he maxes that out next. Some players have different builds. I've seen Bulba go for like 2 Shadow Strike with a max Scream of Pain, skip ulti until like 8 or something like that, which has some merit because mana pool is generally pretty low, or at least not high enough to be able to do like Blink, Scream plus ulti. So just focus on your other spells a little bit more. There's another dagger going down. Some more last hits from Loda. 2 hits plus a dagger. Bottom lane pressuring a little bit. Going to force the Windrunner back. She does have her Basilius up though, so that's going to give some nice mana regen to her and the Enigma. And let's check the CS totals for the lanes so far. Mid lane is that Queen of Pain. She does get her bottle. It's Queen of Pain 13 and 6 versus a Beastmaster 10 and 2. So slightly outlaning there, not a big loss though. On the bot lane, Anti-Mage sitting at about 21 and 3 last hits. There's the blink forward. They're going on somebody. Who is it going to be? It's going to go after their Enigma. Does Gale land? Damage, tons of damage being done by the tower at least. Miracle going to take 2 tower shots as well. Not going to see any shackles from Windrunner. She's not highly leveled enough, and that's a little bit of a loss there. So CLG actually taking a lot of tower hits. Tornado coming through to try to clean things up, but the tower is still absolutely fine. Looks like the catapult is tanking things up. Poor man's shield up on Anti-Mage, so far good defense from the Dire team. Miracle's still around the back. We'll be looking for another gank possibility. And Beastmaster try to control bot rune. Is he going to get there in time? I don't think Queen of Pain can stop it. And, oh, nicely done by Miracle. Ward on the high ground, ward to deny the rune. I was so confused. I was like, where the hell did that rune go? But that was a great play by Miracle. Once again, seriously guys, 2 awesome plays so far today. Using ward to deny the rune. Threw it up on the high ground and attacked it. Really cool stuff. Miracle on the low ground. Thinking about coming in. In the meantime, Anti-Mage getting a lot of farm. Still no levels of Spell Shield. Just about maxing out Mana Break, which means his damage against heroes is ridiculous at this level. It's going to be hitting for about 100. If they have mana, of course. Top lane, Smogoleg at level 3. Lifestealer, level 5. Went for 3 levels of Feast here. Gives them the most damage. He doesn't really have to worry about Rage too much against a Darkseer. Rage wouldn't really increase his survivability a whole lot, but having lots of Feast levels means his regen, or his lifesteal, as well as the damage done to Darkseer is going to be very powerful. And Darkseer will try to counteract this. He's going to be a little bit of trouble, perhaps. Fania is actually going to be chased by Ion Shell, and he will not be able to catch up. But Darkseer, if he plays this right, will be able to sneak the last hit. A little bit of a misplay there from Crystal Main, in my opinion. He does have 2 levels of shield, or Frostbite. There's the open wounds, and the Rage as well. Pretty big damage. There's the Vacuum now, and he's in a lot of trouble. We'll have to Surge the last second. Why is he not Surged yet? I can't believe he's saving Surge. He knows when the Surge comes, the Frostbite will also come, and that's it. First blood. So that's why he waited. For good reason. He waited. He saved the Surge because he knew if he surged, the Frostbite would come. And Surge lasts for 3 seconds actually, so probably should have just done it. If he would have just surged at the start, she would have Frostbit. That would have been 2 seconds of Entangle, and he would at least would have had 1 second of max movement speed. But that's the first blood going down on the Lifestealer. Definitely good for the Dire team PR. Gonna try to hold off this push. Enigma completely out of mana, does not have his Soul Ring up yet. He does have a Sage's Mask, but that is not going to be enough simply. There's a blink forward, doing some damage now. His mana is completely drained, so Anti-Mage's hits pretty weak, but that will force him back. Anti-Mage with the Ring of Health now. He is healing up. Miracle trying to slow down the push. He's going to last hit that Plague Ward. And Miracle taking some hits once again. They may try to take this right now. There's the Glyph being used. Beastmaster level 6 on the mid lane in the meantime. And it looks like Loda going for a very split build. He did pick up his ulti at 6. Maxing out the Scream Pain next. And they are going to defend it, so Windrunner does show back up. Boots as well as the Basilius. Once again, the nice mana regen going towards Enigma. And he's just 50 gold away from having a Soul Ring. Once he does pick that up, he's going to be a lot more able to just spam those Eidolons. Axe is going to do some damage mid on Loda, as well as clearing out the illusions. And so far, ZXC not able to bottle anything up. Loda's been stealing everything. There is a rune up in 1 minute, so we'll see if the supports end up covering for that one. ZXC will drop an Observer Ward to have vision of that. And Miracle moving into position. He still has about 45 seconds before he needs to cover that ward spot. Smogoleg on the top lane. 3 Ion Shells. He will be using that aggressively. Ooh, it's a Hand of Midas pickup for Lifestealer. It's actually a very, very decent item choice on Lifestealer. More so than most heroes. Most of Lifestealer's damage does come from Feast here, removing 7% of the HP. Here's the gank though. Gale will land on Enigma as well as the Windrunner. Coming through, it's an easy kill on Enigma. Even going to spend the ulti in that one. Actually got the last hit as well as killing the Eidolons. The Mana Void does do a very, very small AoE, which at times can get you a little bit extra farm as well as kills. So nicely done there by Pycat. He picks up that last hit. It's going to give him some treads. Anyways, most of Lifestealer's damage does come out of Feast, so having a lot of attack speed is great. Every time he attacks, he does do Feast, so boosts up his damage a decent amount against any hero. On top of that, Hand of Midas increases his attack speed, so if his attack speed is therefore increased, then he's going to be feasting more often, and with his treads up, he's now attacking quite fast. The downside is that he essentially has a 1900 gold item that doesn't do anything for him, other than the attack speed. Queen of Pain gets a kill on the mid lane. It's going to be on a Beastmaster, and she did use her ulti. Spent a lot of mana for that one. And no Beastmaster Roar either, so Beastmaster getting taken out. So it ends up working out pretty nice. Hand of Might is also going to be nice against Enchantress. At times during pushes you can use that, but that's more of like a side thought. Most teams generally don't pay too much attention to that for good reason, because sometimes you don't want to save your Hand of Might till the team fight. Oh, Enigma getting caught once again. He does put the Malefice down on the Anti-Mage. No Shackle from PR. PR is the Windrunner, and the ulti is not going to get the kill. Venomancer picks that up with a little bit of poison damage as the wand gets completed for Windrunner. So unfortunately, Crystal Maiden not nearly there in time. Frostbite now level 3. Once again, going to be used against the Anti-Mage, but this Tri-Lane so far is just a little bit too strong. Centaur looking for a stun, going to cancel it. And we may even see a Frostbite go down on the Centaur to guarantee its last hit. No, he's not going to bother. We'll save his mana. And this is not what you want to happen when you're up, trying to shut down an Anti-Mage. Thus far, he has gotten 2 kills, I believe, or at least kill and assist. Might see him dive. There's the Shackle. Ooh, Frostbite used it at the same time. A little bit of mistake there. Might see a power shot. Dude, if they didn't do that at the same time, they could have gotten that kill, I think. They will get the Centaur. Tower gets destroyed, though. Miracle picks that one up. If they would have Shackled and Frostbited separately, it would have been so good. Miracle going to try to TP out perhaps. He's actually completely out of mana. Spends everything on his Arcane Boots, so I think he's just going to hide for a bit. And he will be spotted out. Oh my god. There's the Gale. Queen of Pain comes in, though. Could be bad for Enigma, and yeah, the damage is too high. He has no HP here. Spawns Eidolons. Good pickup by Loda. Blinks in. Scream of Pain. Wants to get those Eidolons. Yes, he will. That's plenty of money. Just about 100. Picked up on those 3 Eidolons. Treads as well as a Null Talisman. Might go for another Null. Probably will not, though. His mana pool is sitting quite good right now. And Lifesteal in the top lane continuing to farm. He's got 1700 gold, so getting close to his armlet. It's a 2600 gold item. Just a moderate damage item. In terms of cost, at least. It's very good for Lifestealer. Attack speed, HP increase, all of that fancy stuff. Smogolig trying to do his best to shut down the rope. There's going to see a Roar and Axes as well, and they're going to pick off the Dark Seer very easily. And Fest goes on a creep, and that'll heal him up. So while it's giving him one more last hit, so nice gank so far. They do shut down Smogolig again. Darkseer's HP just not high enough. He does have the Soul Ring. It looks like he actually used the Soul Ring there. Used the Soul Ring as he got killed, so lowering his HP down by 150, and it was just a little bit too low. Roar plus Axes. Plenty of burst damage to be thrown down. 360 composite. I don't know. I think it's half physical, half magic, I believe. Crystal Maiden going to take a little bit of a hit. He did do an AoE slow, but not really accomplishing a whole lot with that one. Beastmaster trying to axe a little, but not going to be able to catch him up. And Pycat continuing to farm. He's up to 1,000 gold. Treads. Ring of Health. Poor man's. He may end up grabbing the damage items before he finishes the Perseverance, but this is not a bad thing at all. I really like the Crystal Maiden pickup, though. Frostbite useful against so many heroes. Queen of Pain as well. Queen of Pain cannot blink. Anti-Mage cannot blink. Darkseer cannot surge anybody. It's just super, super nice against some of the heroes they have. Oh, Queen of Pain going aggressive. Might see a Gale. Yes, it will be a Gale ulti as well. Beastmaster going to be low HP. There's the Frostbite, though, and Crystal Maiden is going to end up surviving unless Loda decides to go aggressive. He's thinking about it. I think he probably should. He does bottle up. There's the blink forward. And Scream of Pain not going to land. Does get Malefice now by Enigma. This could be dangerous for Loda. Only 2 levels of hits, and Crystal Maiden not worth chancing it. So, very close. Loda was maybe a little hesitant, perhaps to just dove the tower, but it's hard to say. That was probably a little bit too dangerous. I liked his play, though. Squeaked through the towers, blinked past, but unfortunately just barely outside of range for a Scream of Pain, so not able to get that kill. Probably wanted that double, that's for sure. Arcane up on Enchantress now. So plenty of mana to regen coming there. Pycat in the jungle, 1,500 gold. May pick up his Claymore. Smogolig, still not too much HP, up to 900. And Lifestealer does have his armlet picked up, so Lifestealer farming really, really well. Let's check the compare, or the gold between the two. Lifestealer is actually at 6,200 gold compared to Anti-Mage. He's doing really good. That's a huge increase, so at this point, if they fought head-to-head, Lifestealer would definitely win. Here comes the Roar, as well as the Surge, and the armlet is going to be way too much here. Great play. Beastmaster gets the last hit. Beastmaster taking the damage. Miracle looking for the slow, and he will land it on Lifestealer. He does have an armlet that he can toggle right before he dies. I think he will be fine. Yeah, Miracle doing a little bit of damage, but slightly slow on the TP. War Tunes some damage. Loda wants this, though. Is he going to Roar? He doesn't get the Roar off in time, so the Scream of Pain does land. It's going to hurt his HP a little bit more here. Going down to 0 HP. There's the Urn. Thank God they have an Urn. But that would be very dangerous. Loda does back off now. And so far not looking too bad for PR. This Lifestealer is so farmed at this point, I would not be entirely too worried. He's probably going to run back to base. We'll see if he picks up a wand or something, but next items, maybe he should get a BKB this game. It's hard to say. Going on to Crystal Maiden now, this is most likely a guaranteed kill, and yes, Loda does pick that one up. Gale on Windrunner as well. Great stun from the last Centaur up, and then Impetus damage is going to be too much. Does try to shackle Loda, but not going to happen. Double kill for Loda now on the Queen of Pain. He's up to 1,900 gold. Enchantress now pushing up. Doesn't have a creep, no no centaur for the attack speed, but it doesn't matter. We have a level 6 Venomancer, wards applying some damage. Queen of Pain grabbing the last hit, up to 2,400 gold now. And the pushing has begun. No towers have been taken out by PR yet, so they are at that disadvantage. Have gotten some decent ganks. Lifestealer is very farmed. But he's up against 2 blinking heroes. Queen of Pain, Anti-Mage. So they need other things to hold them in place. They will be able to gank other heroes like Darkseer. And yeah, of course there is a Beastmaster Roar. But if somebody on the Dire team picks up a Force Staff or something like that, it's going to be really problematic for them. He does stack this up. Nice play by Vano. Probably will start farming these or allow Anti-Mage to pick them up. I don't believe Anti-Mage has his Bee Fury quite yet, so only downside. He does have his Perseverance. He's going to spend some time in the jungle, though, with the Quelling Blade. Getting some gold that way. And this may just be, yeah, I think Miracle will actually take this. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like he is going to go for it. So he's going to start pulling the Creep Pass. He's going to get a lot of levels from that one. May have wanted to perhaps stack that up for Anti-Mage to grab later, but Anti-Mage doesn't have the Battle Fury up, so not a huge loss. It's going to take a while to take care of this wave, but it's always something that he can be doing right now, so cool play. Enchant with a lot of creeps, looking like she wants to defend the top lane. Her HP still very, very low. Definitely can be bursted down. And it looks like Queen of Pain's going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter, possibly. He does have the point booster up. It's about 1,600 away, and that would give him a very, very low cooldown ulti that has increased damage. Lifestealer on the top lane. Taking towers. At least going to try to do so. Taking lots of last hits, that's for sure. He's got a Hand of Midas ready to go. Ooh, he might find a Centaur. If he finds one of these creeps. Use it. Hand of Midas, Hand of Midas, Hand of Midas. He does use it on the... No, he doesn't actually. Ah, so sad. He goes in though, gets jumped on. Might be able to kill Smogolik, who does speed away. And he used Infest on the Ursa, unfortunately. So this could be his death. He's going to have to Armlet toggle before he goes down. This is his only chance, but no. Easy kill there. Slight mistake from him. Should have used the Hand of Midas on when the enchant creeps. He did have it off cooldown, but sometimes you just don't notice that stuff. So... could have used the Hand of Midas on the Ursa. Easy pick off. Could have maybe infested the other one. Didn't even need to infest the other one, but ends up getting picked off. So CLG responded, able to get the kill off. Not enough disabled to help out the Lifestealer, so he was not able to snag that kill. Looking for Enigma in the jungle, but not going to find him. First ward will not spot him out. And Enchant snagging another creep. Crystal Maiden in position. Level 7, max Frostbite. Windrunner actually has a max Shackle this game. Interesting play, but I think this is a good decision. Power Shot is not going to kill Anti-Mage or these other blinking heroes. Shackle Shot will. You can disable somebody for 3.75 seconds, you're damn right somebody is going to have some trouble with that. And Beastmaster going max Aura. Only a single level of Call of the Wild. Hasn't really been utilizing this a whole lot, but that's okay, because they want as much damage as possible. Good attack speed means that they're more likely to burst down Anti-Mage in team fights. And he actually is going to pick up a Battle Fury, so... Battle Fury's finished. Low HP, but it doesn't really matter at this point. He's pretty survivable farming. Poor man's plus the Battle Fury means he has decent regen. His HP cap is low, but it's not a huge issue. And Aki's still in the jungle, snagging as many creeps as possible. So, looks like Venomancer going back to the jungling. Still has not cleaned up these camps quite yet. We'll be pulling them up. He's going to mess up his pull this time because the constant pullback. Unfortunately, they probably will not spawn at the 17-minute mark, but that's okay. In the meantime, Anti-Mage in the jungle, his farm is surely increased by a lot. And he is up to 7k gold. Just about closing the gap on the Lifestealer and the total gold graph. Ooh, this could be an Anti-Mage gank. Are we going to see the where he blinks past? There he is. No Shackle. Shackle. Shackle will not land. Frostbite. Oh, no Frostbite. He does get the blink off. That was such a close escape. If Shackle would have landed, that possibly would have been his death. Roar axes, as well as an Urn charge. Urn is actually very good against Anti-Mage because it's HP removal, which means I'm pretty sure that's not reduced by magic damage. I'll have to look that up, but Urn very good against Anti-Mage. He has such high spell resistance that general spell damage doesn't really do a whole lot to him, so immediately goes back to farming. Got pretty lucky there. What if he would have been farming? I don't know. He probably still would have reacted. Pykat's a very, very good player. And Lifestealer once again pushing the top tower, and he will grab this, so great play. To 2,500 gold now. We'll see if he goes for a semi. At some point, he's going to have to get a Basher, guaranteed. Against all these blinkers, you need some chaotic stuns to come in. Otherwise, you're unlikely to ever kill any of these heroes unless there's really, really good coordination from your allies. But with the gold graph looking like that, Radiant Team's still in a pretty big advantage. Drops down just a little bit. And despite the Lifestealer being up, all the other heroes are just farming too well. So, still not looking too good for the Dire team. They do have good disables. They have good team fight, but that's about it. Venomancer wards in the mid lane, trying to slow this down as much as possible, so we'll be able to stop the creep wave. 5 wards plus that Iron Shield does the job, man.
Regeneration.
Venomancer's so good at counter pushing, it's ridiculous. And he picks up a really fast Ghost Scepter. Miracle, very, very smart decision. Fast Ghost Scepter can go ethereal for 4 seconds, which means nobody can attack him with physical attacks. Beastmaster, Lifestealer, any of these guys. Force Staff is also a good option, but in this case I think the Ghost Scepter is a really, really good decision. It also gives you 7 to all attributes, so boosts up your HP a little bit. It's just all around a great support item situationally. Great against Anti-Mage, great against Lifestealer. Great against a lot of hard carries, really. Once you become ethereal, he is going to have that 4-second option for not dying. So pretty long cooldown on that 30 seconds, but always a great item. Defending the bot lane now, it's going to be Queen of Pain. 50 gold away, then he's going to have his 19-minute Aghanims. Very good stuff. Medallion is up on Beastmaster now. Great for bursting down heroes like Anti-Mage, but so far CLG has been able to defend appropriately. PR with a good strat, but unfortunately it's just not working out quite yet. Got to steal a Scout Hawk. That's okay, it's just a shitty Scout. The little Hawk is really bad. Look how slow it is. He changes elevation so fast. How does he do it? Such a magical Hawk. Crystal Maiden now level 8. Big nuke, Smogolig in position. Gonna do the vacuum. A little bit of Ion Shell damage, not a huge amount. And Windrunner is going to be farming towards a mech next, but only has a headdress up. And if he's getting mech, Enigma, ooh, Enigma has virtually nothing. Ogre Club? Yeah, he's going to bring an Ogre Club to himself. I feel like, those two heroes got really shut down bottom. That's the main problem. Lifestealer in the jungle, he's actually got a his armlet on, a little weird. See if he hand him Midas is one of these creeps. He's got 14 seconds. Could also infest them, but generally you want to save that for team fights. It does do a little bit of damage. And not to mention the heal and the hiding can oftentimes be very, very crucial to your survivability. And Queen of Pain's still not purchasing anything. We'll see if Loda goes straight for a sheep instead. No, he's going to buy it, so. And there it is, Aghanim Scepter. So once he hits 16, he'll be ulting every 40 seconds, I believe, is what it goes down to. Currently, once he picks it up, he'll be down to like a 70-second cooldown. So you can actually just cast this to farm if he really wants to. If there's a big creep wave, just ulti the creep wave and it completely dies. And there you go, 70-second cooldown. Now does 475 damage, 600 at max. May end up going aggressive. He is invisible, actually, so definitely has a good shot at killing Windrunner. Unfortunately, Enigma also in position, as well as Beastmaster do not want to initiate it. Oh, Sentry Ward might get him. Roar, yes, gonna grab a Ward. Might need another Sentry, the burst damage, and the AoE, but wow, that was close. Random Sentry is placed. Almost get that kill there. Sentry is placed. She barely walks out of range as the Roar happens. Man, that was really close. If she was within Sentry Ward range, would have had the chain stun and would have gotten that kill, but really, really close on Loda. But good Sentry Ward placement. I don't know if they noticed the invisibility getting picked up or what, but look at all the Sentry Wards down. I think they might have just been looking for wards, perhaps. Who knows? That was really close. And Windrunner very close to Mechanism as well. Still needs 400 gold, or 300 gold, sorry. Venomancer does not want to get caught. It's going to back on out, go into the jungle once again. And Anti-Mage pressuring the bot lane. Lifestealer getting a kill in the mid lane. It's going to be Darkseer getting picked off. Sweet shit. Oh, was that a shackle? Yeah, it was a shackle. Lifestealer follow up with open wounds. And he's going to infest on the center, cleaning out that camp easily. He does have a hand of Midas in a short period of time. A little bit of impetus. Open wounds on Enchantress. That was not smart. And now Lifestealer going to regen up this absolutely fine. Ulti from Queen of Pain. He goes in. Wants to pick off the Enigma. Enigma thinking about black holing, but Loda will just back off. Got to keep this Enigma alive, man. His HP is so low right now, even with the Ogre Club up. Did Anti-Mage do counter pushing? Anti-Mage actually in the mid lane now. He picks up a Flash of Vlad, so going for wants survivability against Lifestealer. So with this Vlad's up, not only does he have lifesteal, so he can go head to head with Lifesteal a little bit better, but he also does have 5 armor. That's a big difference. 5 armor up against a hard physical damage hero like Lifestealer, and Lifesteal wants to go in. Picks up the Desolator, good item choice. Desolator going to allow him to just cleave through Anti-Mage. He is literally going to own the crap out of Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage with -6 armor from the Desolator is going to get hit real hard. So that'll counteract the Vlad's by just a little bit, but going to pick up some illusions. Top tower taking a little bit of damage just to catapult here. Easy stuff as Anti-Mage farms their jungle, so 2,900 gold up on him. Sitting on agility treads and possibly getting, he's going to TP to the bot lane, clear this big creep wave, and just about have his Manta style in the next couple minutes. It won't be a whole long, super long time until he gets there, and at that point, they won't be able to use Frostbite. Frostbite will be countered by that. That's going to be very, very frustrating for the Dire team. They still have a lot of really good disables, but they need to kill this Anti-Mage. Has he even died yet? He hasn't even died yet. 1-0-1. 4 kills on the Darkseer. Queen of Pain has also gotten 4 kills. Darkseer died 4 times is what I mean, but yeah, he's going to clear out the bot lane. Shackle. Not going to get a shackle. No trees behind him. He blinks on out. That could have been a kill right there. No shackle. Why not let Beastmaster lead or something? I don't know. But Anti-Mage back in the jungle. Barely dodging death another time. Blink so easy to get away from ganks. Unless you come from behind. And Lifestealer can hit the tower a little bit. This does do -6 to the tower, so he's hitting it quite hard. Queen of Pain in position. Doesn't have a stun. Venomancer as well. He might want to TP out from this one. He's actually going to go Rage with the open wounds, and yeah, he does do the TP. Smart decision. Not worth chancing that stuff. Just not worth it. Queen of Pain and Venomancer, no disables. With Rage, he can do that constantly. Rage plus TP. And he's going to pick up a Blink Dagger. Cool choice. So this is going to be really, really interesting. I think Lifestealer has a great item build, item progression here. Hand of Midas, Armlet, Desolator. His farm is probably pretty ridiculous, sitting at 553 gold per minute. He's out farming Anti-Mage, who has a Battle Fury. But with Blink Dagger, he will be able to initiate much better. Jump on stun targets, start the damage off right, and he gets way more hits as a result. Might Hand of Midas the creep. No, he's just going to hit it, I guess. Does pop the Roar, going on Smoke-a-Leg. Roar not good for Darkseer, and the great ulti going to catch Enchantress as well. Shackle shot on Venno, but he's going to pop the Ghost Scepter. Changing targets now, he's going to change targets, going on to the AM. AM blinks out because the Malefice, he's going to hit way too hard by Lifestealer. Another open wounds, going to do as much damage as possible. Queen of Pain hiding in the Roshan pit. And that might be it for Enchant. Need one more hit. Is he going to get it? Does have a Blink Dagger, and he will get the last hit. Anti-Mage clean it up as well. Shackle shot on Pycat. Pycat goes down. Loda going to barely blink out. Gale's going to get the last hit. Another open wounds on Miracle, and he's still on cooldown from Ghost Scepter. So Lifestealer is going to be able to clean up, guys. Triple kill. Did you see this coming? He's got really good items. Really great items for the what he's accomplishing. He really has to just worry about shutting down Anti-Mage. As long as he can fight Anti-Mage fine. There's Wind Run. Possible Mana Void on her, that would do about 500 damage, not nearly enough. One downside to Lifesteal, cannot tank Roshan, does not get feast levels on him. It has to worry about dying right now. Once again, forgets to use his Hand of Midas on the Ursa Warrior, but not going to see Shackle. Did they both get disabled? Apparently Shackle Shot did not land appropriately, but he will open wins this, which does give him some good lifesteal, so. And there we go, that's the last hit. It's going to be an Aegis pickup. He will grab that. Anti-Mage does not blink in. There's a vacuum. Lifesteal actually very low HP. No shackle on Anti-Mage. He really needs to go heal. Anti-Mage could literally blink in, ulti this, get the kill, burn that Aegis. But yeah, he's going to blink back and go heal up. And I want to see the Dire team push. This is their time. Lifestealer has the Aegis advantage. The gold graph is still in the Radiant team's favor. But Lifestealer is by far the most farmed hero on the entire in the entire game. He's got 14k gold, beating Anti-Mage by about 1,000. Everybody else, look how low all these other numbers are. Such low numbers, especially on PR. Most of their heroes very, very underleveled, but this is mostly because the tower's not, or less towers being up. They're still missing one tower here. That would give them all about 200 gold. But I don't know, I guess it's not just that. They're just all around farming better. Gonna deny that one. Gale on the Eidolons. Easy gold there. Vitality booster picked up for Anti-Mage. Is he going to get a Manta Style? He's got to get a Manta Style. Manta is just too good on Anti-Mage. Probably will just sit on the Vitality booster, selling his Poor Man's Shield, going for the Manta. That's my guess, at least. He does need more HP. I think this is a smart choice, but he definitely needs some confusion as well. Once he's, at least when he splits out the Manta, he doesn't have to worry about Lifestealer guessing or knowing which one's the real one right off the bat. So, if we look at EXP advantage, it is still for the Radiant team as well. So, surprisingly, that's a very, very high margin. 50 to 43. So, pretty high margin. I would have thought that would have been closer because of the Hand of Midas giving him bonus EXP every time, but apparently not the case. Anti-Mage now up to 3,200. CLG continuing to farm. Looks like they may end up wanting to push bottom. Manta Style 49, so he still needs 1,600. We will pick up some Ancients. Venom Ward, 2-shot. Nothing like 2-shotting Venom Wards, guys. Blinks forward, he might go in. There's the Rage, but once again the Surge as well as the nice Ghost Scepter. And that is going to be a lot of heroes running away. This is a little dangerous. He does dodge the Gale at least. So far, Ghost Scepter really paying for itself. Keeping Venomancer alive there. And Armlet is up. PR looking to take a tower. They want to take this bot one. Anti-Mage counter pushing in the meantime. We'll take a little bit of damage from the tower, but he's not worried about that one. And Crystal Maid is going to teleport back, trying to slow this down just a little bit. Has to be so careful. Queen of Pain, double damage. Going to be blinking in. Anti-Mage as well, 2 hits. And here comes the easy kill. That was easy. Didn't even cast on that one. Looking for a shackle shot. Nothing yet. Blinks back. Lifestealer trying to take out the bot tower, and he will get the last hit. Infest in there somewhere, splits out. Impetus now doing damage. He actually does not have a TP scroll. Rages on Aki. Oh my god, the damage is so high. Unfortunately, though, the illusion might be applying now. It does not apply Desolator, and the slow there is going to be his death. Turns the armor back on. Life steals a little bit from his own illusion. And there's the open wounds. This might be it. He's going to life steal a little bit. No, the vacuum is too much. Gale's going to miss. He's going to respawn. Are they still going to fight this, or is he going to run away? He does blink away, so smart decision getting out of there. Good play there by those 3 heroes. There's just so many slows. That's the problem with the melee hero, guys. They just get so slowed down. Blink Dagger does right that option a little bit, but still a little rough. He's going to go towards the mid lane, use his Hand of Midas some more. Increase his gold per minute. And he is up to 560 gold per minute. He's literally out farming the Anti-Mage, despite Anti-Mage having a Battle Fury. Anti-Mage not able to teamfight as strongly as he usually was. Usually what happens is, that first teamfight they had by the Roshan pit, that's when Anti-Mage gets a lot of kills, usually. Once he has his Battle Fury up, once he has a couple items up, maybe not a Manta style, but a few items up, he can pick and choose his battles, get the kills that he needs to do. And he wasn't able to do it there, because Lifestealer was just too strong. Too much physical damage. He picks up the Basher. This is exactly what he needed at this point. He needs some random chance. He needs to be able to throw down those 1.4 second stuns randomly. Possibly we'll pick up the Abyssal Blade next. I think this would be very smart, so that he would be able to get guaranteed stuns off an Anti-Mage. And so far, I think this Lifestealer is holding PR in the game. They definitely have a chance at winning it. Anti-Mage is not going to be the solution. Whose ward is that? There is a smoke. It's a dire sentry, so no big deal. They will be looking for a kill. Most of the Radiant team already backing up by quite a bit. Low to low HP, so he's just going to go heal. 3,800. Is he going to buy a Lincoln's? Could get a BKB, perhaps. BKB probably not wise. I think Lincoln's probably the best option. And they're looking around. They drop wards while they are smoking. Level 10 Crystal Maiden now. They want to find a kill. There's going to be a bunch of heroes up on the high ground. They know they're around. Here comes Lifestealer. Does get vision, does not go in, though. Stacks up the Ancients. And Lifestealer's going to take these, so good call. At the very least, it will take the Ancients away from the enemy team. Each dragon is worth about 200 gold, so that is always great. It's actually a small dragon and a big dragon. And there we go. But even still, great gold picked up from Lifestealer now. Rest of the Dire team pushing up. They want to team fight this. Anti-Mage counter pushing top. He does pick up his Manta style now, so plenty of offensive capabilities. He's going to teleport back. They want to defend this tier 2. Queen of Pain goes in. Going to pick up some Eidolons. Easy. 30 gold apiece about. And looks like Lifestealer, Beastmaster actually wanted to get a kill off on the Anti-Mage, but not able to do so. Getting ever so closer to that Cranium, or not the Cranium Basher, the Abyssal Blade. He's going to be using that for Anti-Mage, I can tell you that much. Or other heroes. Anybody he really wants to. Even picking up the Queen of Pain at the start of the battle would be great. I think Queen of Pain needs to get a Shivas this game, actually. That would be, I think Shivas might be the best option. It's hard to say. Shivas or Sheep. She does have the Mystic Staff. The reason I'm saying Shivas is because Lifestealer does crap loads of physical damage. He has pretty much all of the Dire team's hard carry potential, so if she does get a Shivas up, her HP is going to be strongly increased. The downside, no mana regen, and no Hex. Hex is great. But Shivas is also pretty useful. I don't know. We'll see what he goes for. Just about able to afford the Shivas. Probably will be a Sheep, though. Sheep is generally a better choice. Pretty much always a better choice, unfortunately. Don't see a lot of Shivas in the game. It's going to be Sanj picked up from Venomancer. Ooh, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for a Heaven's Halberd, pretty sure. I think he's going to. I really like this choice. The fact that he picks up a Sanj, it will give him some slow. He might just be a Sanj, but I think a Heaven's Halberd would also be very, very good on Venomancer. Especially because it will give you that disarm. You can use it against a Lifestealer, prevent him from attacking for a couple seconds. Going on the... Ooh, there's a Roar as well. Going to be able to easily pick off this Darkseer during the stun duration. And they finally get a gank off with that ward in position. Blink forward from the Beastmaster. They finally have great initiation. Double blinking combos. Pycat TPs at the top lane. They're going to try to take a tier 2 in the meantime. Load of pressure in this one. Windrunner comes in. Power shot. There's the Scream of Pain. Slow as well. Windrunner has to be a little careful. Does have a mech. No shackle. Another TP coming. It's going to be a slow TP from Enigma. No blink on him, but he does have a BKB. And a little bit of counter pushing there. Prevents PR from going aggressive. Invisibility up on Lifestealer. Hand of Midas ready to go. Gonna find Pycat in the jungle. I don't think they saw each other though. It still is nighttime, so vision range just barely out of there. And Queen of Pain binds something. It's gonna be a Void Stone, so it will be a Sheep Stick for sure. Will be a Sheep on Queen of Pain. Definitely the smarter and safer choice, for sure. Miracle still needs about 1800, I believe, for the Talisman. Talisman kind of a waste in some senses, but with the evasion up, it's not terrible. Once he gets the evasion, that means Lifestealer has even less options in killing him, and really the Heaven's Halberd is going to be so useful towards shutting down the Lifestealer. I believe it does disarm for 3 melee, 4 range. Yeah, 3 seconds melee, 4 seconds range. So he can rage this off, and if he's magic immune, that means he can't use it, but it basically gives them an extra 3 seconds that the lifestealer can't attack. Could keep somebody alive in a team fight. I think this is a very smart choice. And I think this might be the first Heaven's Halberd I've ever seen. If he picks it up, of course. For all I know, he's not going to grab it, but might just be picking up the Sange to provide lots of slow. Another good thing about this is if he just attacks the lifestealer and procs the Sange, that's an extra 20% slow on lifestealer, and that means it's even harder for him to catch up to somebody. So, either way, I think the Sange is a good choice. Very cool choice, something that most Venomancers wouldn't think about. Force Staff would also be good. I wish they had more Force Staffs on their team, which I don't think they currently have any. Very, very weird, but Force Staff also a great lifestealer counter, so. Loda continuing to farm. Ooh, Beastmaster comes forward, just trying to get a blink off, not able to do so. Radiant team actually had no vision of that one, so lucking out pretty big. It's going to be a regen up for lifestealer. Aegis not up yet. Magic Wand in there. He's going to continue farming. Still about 1,500 gold away from his relic, which would give him that Abyssal Blade. And Anti-Mage up to 3,200 gold now. Is he going to get a heart? I feel like Butterfly might be better. If he boosts up his HP with a heart, that means that when a Lifestealer hits him, he gets a bigger % damage from Feast, as well as more Lifesteal. So more Lifesteal, more damage from Feast. So in some senses, it's better to have Evasion on an Agility hero against a Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is very anti-tank. Lots of physical damage and very anti-tank. The more HP you have, the easier it is for him. Well, it's not easier for him to kill you, but the tank does less than it would with a normal hard carry. So that is the difference. He's going to continue farming here. He's getting so close to his Abyssal Blade. I really do think he's probably going to grab it. He probably will. It's only about 400 gold away, so once he picks that up, he's going to stun the crap out of somebody. 2-second guaranteed stun going through BKB. Anti-Mage will be able to Manta Split at least, so there will be some confusion. Roshan's still not up. Anti-Mage going to farm some jungles. He's actually coming towards the bot push that CLG is creating. And Anti-Mage's going to go in. There's the sheep immediately going on the Beastmaster and tons of damage. Ulti as well. They pick off the Beastmaster. Easy kill. Vacuum, but going to miss everybody there. And they will take the tower. So CLG, nice little gank. Windrunner might get caught. Miracle getting some vision. Loda looking for the disable. Not going to have a sheep, but the ward does go down. And he does have the money. Might want to save for buyback, though. If he ends up getting killed at this point, would not be good for his team. But it looks like he's on the way to grab it. I think it's a good choice. 100. He's going to get an extra 60 damage out of it. And there it is, Abyssal Blade. So it does pick it up. So an extra 100 damage the item, or an extra 60 damage. So he gets plus 100 from this item alone. It looks like he has double damage right now, but he does not, guys. He just has crap loads of really good items. It's like, oh, he used Open Wounds to break the invisibility. And there we go, doing some bashing. Bashing is going to be absolutely crucial to the upcoming stages. He has no lifesteal here. There's the Open Wounds. It's going to lifesteal him up some. Pops the Rage as well. And there we go. It's going to be an easy Roshan kill. What is he going to drop? Probably sell Hand of Midas, I guess. It's probably time. Yep, sells it for 950. Good pickup. Hand of Midas has done its duty. He has crap loads of really good items. It's probably going to go heal, and then finally we'll see PR push. 560 gold. Anti-Mage finally surpassing him up to 580. The power of Battle Fear, and he does go for that, what I said. Picks up the Talisman of Evasion. Will be getting a Butterfly, needs that evasion. By far will give him more HP, or it'll be more cost efficient than a Heart would in this case. So, very cool decision. I think this is very smart. Alright, Venomancer's so close to a Halberd if he ends up picking it up. Does have a TP scroll. Ironwood Branch is going to keep him alive in these team fights for sure. And Enchantress just with a mech point booster, decent armor, HP a little low, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Lifestealer's been doing so much damage to her. Her armor is decent, but Enigma's still 1900. Possibly going for a Blink Dagger. I think that's very smart. If they keep their team very, very highly mobile, Blink Daggers on everybody, that's definitely strong. Sentry Ward to try to counter ward an Observer. Not going to find one. Loda continuing to farm up to 2100. I would like to see him pick up a Plate Mail here. I think Plate Mail is going to be the item choice to go, but we'll see. May sell his bottle. Doesn't have any regen though is the problem, so. But when you have this much HP anyways, most regen items are just really not that great, so. It's like, oh, I have 2,000 HP, I regen 6 HP per second, but I have 2,000 HP, so it's really going to take me forever to get healed up anyways. Somebody buying something, probably an Eagle Song, I think, for Pycat, and yes, it will be. So it's going to be his Butterfly finished. Great attack speed, great evasion, 35% evasion for him. Lifestealer may be forced to grab an MKB afterwards, but it's going to be a long time till that point comes. He's actually already up to 2k gold. Part of that was that Hand of Midas, of course, but does have slightly reduced attack speed. But PR now pushing up the mid lane. Enigma blink? Nope. 7 gold away from a blink. Butterfly's up on Anti-Mage just in time as this push comes. Lifestealer going to be ready to blink in, do some damage, but they're literally just going to have to hit the tower. Throws the wards up. The creeps will be there. There's the blink forward, goes in. He does have the Heaven's Halberd. Goes for the stun as well. No Ghost. Oh, Ghost Scepter is actually used. And that's an Abyssal Blade cooldown. 60 seconds on that one. Not going to be good. We're going to see stun go down to Beastmaster. He's completely out of mana here. Not going to get a rage off. Loda comes in. Going to ulti this. Catching so many heroes. Black Hole on Pycat as well. Where's the Lifestealer at? I don't even know. He is actually in there, so is doing some hits, but his HP is still pretty low. Does get disarmed. Nice play by Miracle, shutting him down with the Halberd, and Windrunner goes down. Beastmaster will drop in a great team fight from CLG. Slightly mistake of an initiation by Illidan's Strength. I don't know why he jumped on the Venomancer. It's like the most survivable person on the Radiant team in some senses. I think that was a big mistake. Will he blink out in time? It's going to be close. No, he doesn't get the blink. He gets Hex, and that's going to be his death. Whoa. CLG playing a great game here. Wins the one team fight they need to. But big mistake. Lifestealer jumps on the Venomancer, the guy who has the Ghost Scepter, who's had the Ghost Scepter all game, multiple times. He wanted to say, alright, I'm going to pick him off before he Ghost Scepters, but Miracle's too good for that. Pop the Ghost Scepter. The stun was used as well off the Abyssal Blade, and they weren't even able to kill him. Like, what is Venomancer doing in these team fights? Very little. I think that was a giant mistake. That might just lose him the game. Needed to jump on an important hero. Darkseer, Queen of Pain, Anti-Mage, kill one of those guys instead. They're going to try to hold this off. Lifestealer is back. Looks like he did buy back. Jumping in. Oh, he's actually looking like he was going bottom. Where's he going, man? Jump into the team fight. Miracle is disabled. Crystal Maiden does go down. And that's going to be the melee barracks. Looking for a roar. 1 second cooldown. Ooh, does not get casted. Shackle will not land either. Going in. Going after a Queen of Pain, apparently. There's the roar, and he's taking so much damage from Anti-Mage. He is going to be life-stealing up. Roar as well on Anti-Mage now, but his damage is not enough. Will get picked off by the Impetus. Queen of Pain blinks in now. Going after Enigma. Enigma, no Black Hole. Used it already. Windrunner trying to do as much as possible. Beastmaster gets picked off. Windrunner as well. And CLG wins a second huge team fight. Patiently waiting for this moment to happen, and it absolutely paid off. Shutting down the lifesteal. He had great farm, but unfortunately just was not enough. Slight mistakes were made. Jumping on the wrong heroes, and lifesteal loses the Aegis as well as the buyback. I don't even know if he was in the Black Hole. I think he was, but his attack speed at this point isn't that great. He pretty much just has Tread's Armlet. I mean, he did lose 30% attack speed from the Hand of Midas. That's actually significant. When he does this much damage, when he has this many straight damage items, you do also need great attack speed, and it just wasn't enough. Abyssal Blade failing this game. It's going to be a double Rax, possibly a triple Rax. Crystal Maiden is alive. And it's going to be a Divine Rapier for Queen of Pain. He wants it. One-shotting creeps. And the Dire team calls it GG. PR calling GG. I think they did a good job, but it just wasn't enough. Made a couple of mistakes. Pycat with the Anti-Mage able to farm up enough. If this was any other hard carry, maybe it would have been different. Anti-Mage also wanted the Divine Rapier. There's the ulti. Nice vacuum. Scream of Pain as well. That's a dead Windrunner. Malefice. Might see a death. There's the sheep. The range damage so much. There's the roar. Open wounds. No, not going to stun. A little bit of mistake there. Should have stunned. Blink forward. There's the stun. And did he do it? Oh my god, he did it. Ethereal Blade. Miracle, you are the man. Oh my god. Not only gets a Heaven's Halberd, not only gets a Ghost Scepter, but also an Ethereal Blade. He's like, I'm shutting down lifesteal this game. I don't care. And I wish more players did this, honestly. Heaven's Halberd, Ethereal Blade, like, oh my god. Oh my god. Miracle is so good. I'm pretty sure he's my favorite support player, to be completely honest. He is so awesome. Does such smart things. Just always staying like one step ahead of the enemy team. That's really important to do, so. Alright, CLG wins the game. Great play by them. PR takes the loss. Lifestealer not able to do enough. It doesn't help Enigma. Windrunner got shut down either. They never got any ganks off on Anti-Mage. Didn't have an early enough Blink Dagger to start it off. He always got out. So that's part of the reason. Weren't able to slow down Anti-Mage's farm. Lifestealer did great. His farm was awesome, but the gold graph was just too close when the actual fight ended up happening. So, and if we look at the gold graph, there it was. This is pretty much the final team fight. They had an advantage the whole game, and all of a sudden it was just whoop. We win. Team fight after team fight. Game over. CLG takes the win, guys. We'll be back in a second for Star Series. I believe we have Dignitas as well as EG playing today. I think this might just have one more game to go. Not quite sure. But don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a second, guys. We'll be back with some more awesome Dota 2 content.